Hi everybody, it's me, Nikki, and today I'm here to talk about the books I've read, which are right down there on my floor, and the books that I plan on reading for December. Maybe, I'll explain when we get there, but first let's talk about the books that I have read. Let's see. I have read this, I think I read in September. It's about Eleanor of Aquitaine by Alison Weir. And I believe I now own 4 books by Alison Weir about historical women, which is awesome. The next one is Sabriel by Garth Nix. I actually really liked it. I wasn't sure about it for a little bit, but then I really liked it. And I think there's 2 more or more in this series, so can't wait to read those as well. Excuse me. Next, there's a cozy murder mystery, Room with a Clue. It's about a widow who runs the Pennyfoot Hotel, and a murder happens, and she solves it. It's basically what most cozy mysteries are like, but it's also got like a cast of characters, as you would expect from a hotel. And finally, I have read volumes 82 to 87 of One Piece. It is in the arc with Big Mom. And I laughed, I cried, I'm left wanting more, even though I know the Straw Hats are gonna win, because they always win. And if they don't win, they get stronger and then come back and win. Okay, now let's talk about what I'm reading in December. I am doing the Magical Readathon Winter 2019. I will link that below. Chapter 1 opened yesterday, and I did it, and it's choose your own adventure type of thing, and I got the prompt. Let me find it. I saved it so I wouldn't forget. Okay. I got pick a read from your existing TBR that is longer than 500 pages. And I was like, oh gosh, I was looking around like, do I have a book? And I did have a couple. I was going to read a book about Elizabeth I by Alison Weir. But then I realized that it was sort of cheating because the 500 pages were all sources, which I never read. So instead I picked The Map of Chaos, the 3rd and final, I believe, book in the Map series. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, but it's basically what would happen if 3 of H.G. Wells' most famous novels, Time Traveler 1, Time Machine, no, I can't remember what it's called now, War of the Worlds, and The Invisible Man, famous, and I can't remember. What if they were all true? And this one is Invisible Man, but also some time stuff is happening. Ooh, and it looks like some book stuff is happening. And then, of course, we have some real-life characters. Arthur Conan Doyle, Lewis Carroll, probably more. And I can't wait to read it, but I'm very sad because this is the last one, and I don't know what I'd do without it. But we'll find out, I guess. And then, because I am a huge-ass nerd, and I thoroughly enjoy a choose your own adventure, I go, well, what were the other options. So I went back and I did the other options. Now, she said that the choices you make in like chapter 1 might affect something in chapter 2 or 5 or something. It'll affect your choices later. So I did go back and I made sure that my original choice was the final choice. So when chapter 2 opens, that will be the thing. I hope that'll be the thing. Anyway, I found the other prompts because I think she said you could get 3 prompts at the most. But I found all of them because I'm a huge nerd and I want to read as many books as possible because I haven't had the ability to. And even if, even when December ends, you can still keep reading. So it's not. So this might carry me over into January, but I'm definitely going to read the first prompt I get. So these other ones are optional, maybe later. But the second prompt I got was grab your most recently acquired read, and that is, and I have picked The Way of the House Husband. It's short. It's a short little manga, only like 150 pages. So it'll be like a quick read, maybe something even to break up the 500 pages, because sometimes when you read a big book, you're like, I need to take a break, and that'll be fun to take a break with. The next one is read a book that was published before you were born, and I had 2 options, but I went with Dragons of Autumn Twilight. It was published in 1984 and I was born in 1985, and I've been wanting to read this for a while, and it is a pretty thick book, 440-ish odd pages, so not a quick read, but it's a good fantasy book. The next prompt is read one of the oldest looking books in your possession, and that is Anne of Avonlea, the sequel to Anne of Green Gables. I probably have older books somewhere in the house, but none that I could think of off the top of my head. I'm pretty yeah, I think I've read this because the spine is a little broken, but I don't remember it. And I did recently read Anne of Green Gables, so this will be nice. To continue, oops, wrong one. The next one is, read a contemporary story set in the real world. And I've picked I Married My Best Friend to Shut My Parents Up. It is another short little manga, and it is contemporary, so that'll be great. I can't wait to read this one. Again, something else to maybe break it up. And finally, this one I'm not 100% sure about. The prompt is read a book that features a game, a competition, and a race. And you can also use books that you've already started reading. So I picked Basilisk Station. And I suppose I've already read the competition game part because that's the setup to how Honor and her crew gets onto Basilisk Station. And there might be another game type of thing. It's like a war game, really, in space. So I guess that counts. I don't think that's cheating. It was the only thing I could think of on hand, looking around the immediate books near me that are gonna be read. So yes. Ooh, now I have to close all the photos I took of the prompts, because otherwise it'll bother me. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to do this every week. Because the chapters open every week. It might not be exactly the first day, but like next time is the 8th is when the second chapter opens, so I might make a video on the 9th just to show off the prompts, and say what I'm gonna read and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're gonna do the readathon, let me know. What prompts did you get? What books are you gonna read for them? And I'll see you all next time. Bye!